This one muscle causes neck tension, can limit your shoulder movements. It may also cause pins and needles in your hands, and it can also affect your breathing. And because of our marvelous modern sedentary lifestyle, it is almost always tensed up and tight. In this video we will show you all the necessary angles and techniques that you should hit to get this muscle as deeply released as humanly possible, so watch all the way until the end to see and take it all in. The muscle that we are talking about is of course the pectoral muscle, and yes, it's not even a single muscle, so yeah, you got us there. The superficial part is the pectoral major muscle. It attaches from your humerus to your clavicle, sternum, and your ribs. The deeper part is of course pec minor, and it attaches from your coracoid process, so the bony part. So the sore bony part here in front, that's a part of your shoulder blade, and there it attaches to the 3rd to 5th rib. The nerves go under this muscle, and when the muscle is tensed up, it can start pressing on the nerve, causing pins and needles and numbness in the hands, especially when the hands are lifted up. This is often a part of TOS, or thoracic outlet syndrome. When the muscle is tight, it can affect your posture and create this domino effect, so your shoulders go forward like this, and then your chin, your head goes forward, and this is of course referred to as the legendary classic text neck, tech neck. If you want to reverse tech neck, then definitely check out our video that's linked at the end of this video. The big pec muscles, the big boys, the big guns, also known as they limit your hand movements, they can cause tension in your upper back, in your chest, and also affect your breathing. Next we'll teach you how you can step by step release tension from these muscles. First you will release the surface tension of the muscles with active release techniques, and after that you will take the muscle into a deeper stretch with myofascial glides, and this will give you more range of motion and open up your shoulder movements. And lastly but not leastly, you will learn how to release the deepest layers of the muscles, so the minor muscle, into the void you go. Some of these techniques will be somewhat painful, but it will be worth it. Godspeed. Don't do these release techniques if you have any pathologies in the areas, tumors in the areas, wounds, fractures, or other medical reasons why you can't massage the area. In these techniques you can use different types of balls, so a tennis ball that's a little bit softer, a little bit easier on the painful tense tissues. If you use a harder ball, it can go deeper, but it's also a little bit more painful to use. And you can even use a duo ball. This is a good tool if you want to have a firm grip and a little bit more surface area for your hand to hold on and keep the ball in place. And next we will show you the different places, areas where you can use all of these different techniques in. So first you can be close to the shoulder, up here. You can be a little bit higher and near the shoulder, like this. You can go downwards, but not on the breast tissue if you're a female. And you can go upwards and to the middle, like this, all the way to your sternum, like this. Find out where all your individual tension points are. In the first phase, we will open up more of the surface level tension using active myofascial techniques. Here we will use a few different hand movements, so go to a doorway if possible. And if you don't have a convenient doorway that you can use with this technique, don't worry, you can also do this part of the technique against the wall, like this. And use the selected tool, in this case the big ball. And now if you have found a tense, tight spot on the muscle, lean against the ball, so put pressure on it and then keep the ball there in place. And then start lifting your arms straight up like this. 5 to 10 lifts like this in one place, and then move on to the next spot on the same side. Repeat it there, like this. You can lift the arm a little bit more to the side, like Marcus is doing here. And then repeat this on all the 10 spots, tight spots that you find, and then switch on to the other side. So release both sides, both pecs. Against the wall you don't have as much freedom of movement to move the hand, but this can also be a really good way to release the pecs. When you have done this to both sides, let's move on to the next phase, next technique. We have also now created a downloadable PDF manual on how to release tension from the posterior and anterior myofascial chain, so you can use it to release tension, relax your muscles from the whole body, and also gain more mobility. Get it from there or from the pinned comment down below. Here you do the exact same thing with the ball, so you locate the tight spot, put some pressure on it, keep it there, start taking your arm diagonally up and behind, like you would be doing a pectoral stretch. A few key things, so keep your shoulder outwards rotated fully, so the palm of your hand is facing towards the ceiling. The most common mistake that you can make is to take the pressure and then lift the arm and start just moving the arm like this. But the correct way to use this technique is to always apply the pressure again in the slacked position. So first you put the pressure, then you take the arm diagonally up and behind, then you take the muscle back to the slacked state, to the relaxed state, and then put the pressure again. So reapply the pressure every time that you do the movement. First you put the pressure, then you move the arm. Then you come back, put the pressure again, and repeat it like this. Also, it's worth mentioning that if you have hand numbness, pins and needles in the hands, either on your daily life or during this exercise, it's the nerves that need to be dealt with. So in this exercise, keep your elbow bent. This will reduce the load, the tension on the nerves, and this way it's much easier to do this exercise. Again, repeat this movement 5 to 10 lifts on one tight spot. Work on a few of the tight spots that you have found on the pecs, and of course repeat this for the other side as well. You can also do this same thing against the wall, but here you don't have the freedom of movement as much on the slack side of things, but you can take the arm to the stretched position. Now that the surface tension has been released, we will dive deeper into the pec minor muscle. So you locate your shoulder and come a little bit in and a little bit down. So right here, you can feel the pony part sometimes, but it can be a little bit difficult to find if you're not a healthcare professional, but about here. And then this is where you will place the ball, and then we will switch the technique from the active myofascial releases to friction massage. First, you will take your hand behind your back to get the muscles a little bit relaxed from the surface, and then lean against the wall and put some pressure against the wall, the ball, and put some pressure against the ball, and then keep the ball still in one place and start doing this local movement with your body. So move from side to side, up and down against the ball. Do 1 minute in one tight spot, and then you can move the ball a little bit down, repeat it there, and then switch sides. Here I would definitely recommend consider using this duo ball because you have more space to work on against the wall. You can hold on to the ball better with your hand, and you can also angle the ball slightly better. With the duo ball, you can also just move the ball around instead of turning and moving your body. Sometimes the hand numbness appears when doing these release techniques. If this happens, don't worry, just keep a pause on the technique. You can do it on the other side in the meantime. When the tingling has passed, you can try the release techniques on that side again. And also remember that you don't have to put too much pressure against the ball, so less pressure usually means less numbness or tingling. If you have an active lifestyle, you work out, use your pecs in your sports, the best way to use these techniques is to schedule these release techniques on your off days. If you don't train your pecs or don't work out your upper body, then you can use these release techniques more freely, but in either case, don't use these release techniques on consecutive days. Let the muscles rest and recover from this punishment. If you want the best results, use these release techniques consistently for a few weeks. And if you want to solve the rest of the domino effect, so the tech neck, the forward head, rounded shoulders, posture issue, then definitely check out this video. See you there or see you elsewhere. Bye bye.